property 5. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more determinants, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. What is the meaning of this? Suppose we wish to break any determinant into two different determinants, then we have to break any one row or any one column. Suppose with example you will better understand this property. Here I am having one determinant with the elements a, b, c, d plus alpha, e plus beta, f plus gamma, g, h, I, and I wish to break this into two determinants. So I will break only determinant to break this determinant two parts. I will break only row 2. We can break any one, either r1, r2 or r3. Here I will break row 2 and remaining r1, r2 will remain as it is. So how to break up this determinant into two determinants? I am writing it here. First row will remain as it is, a, b, c in both of the determinants. So then d, e, f, g, h, I plus, then again as I told you, a, b, c first row will remain as it is, third row will also remain g, h, I, and in the first part, in the first determinant we have got r2 we have broken two parts. First entry is d plus alpha, so d I have written here, alpha will remain in the second determinant. Similarly, in the second element of row 2 is e plus beta, so e I have written in the first determinant, remaining is beta, so that I will write in the second determinant. Similarly, f plus gamma, so I will write f is here, gamma I will write it here. So this is how we can split a determinant into two different determinants. Whenever you are splitting any determinant, only one row or one column is to be splitted up. Now this will be more clear. Suppose I write another example here. This example number 1. I write example number 2 also. So I am writing example number 2. Suppose I am here having a plus k1, b plus k2 and c plus k3, and same here, d plus alpha, e plus beta, f plus gamma, and g, h, I. Now I need to break up this determinant into two different determinants. So what I have to split this into, write this as a sum of two determinants. What I will do, I want to split suppose row 1 only, then row 2 and row 3 will remain as it is. We will not write a, here the way of writing will be a, then as I told you, d plus h, e plus beta, f plus gamma, and then third row will remain as it is, g, h, and I. First one is a, b, and c. So plus, again as I told you, we are splitting only row 1, so row 2 is here. What is row 2? This is the row 2, so that will remain same as it is. Row 3, in both of the determinants, the split up of this one, in both the determinants row 2 and row 3 will remain unchanged. So it will be k1, k2 and k3. Then this will be d plus h, e plus beta, f plus gamma, g, h, I. Do not break up this, do not write here d, e and f and here h, beta, gamma, that will be wrong. So whenever you are splitting any determinant into two different determinants as a sum of two, you are writing any determinant as a sum of two determinants, then break only any one row or any one column, not all the rows or all the columns. Now we go for property number 6. The value of a determinant remains the same if we apply the operation Ri becomes Ri plus Krj, or Ci becomes Ci plus Kc. That means when any row we add the sum, we add the other row or the multiple of the other row. Suppose in R1 we add R2, or the combination of R2 and R3, or in R1 we add 2 times or 3 times of R2, then also the value of the determinant will not change. Same will be the case with columns. So this is property number 6. I'll show this with an example. Suppose I am having a determinant delta equal to 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 and 9. And I write and in this one, suppose I take another determinant delta 1, which says that the row R1 is same as 3, 4 and 5. And in R2, that is row 2 is R2, I add all the elements of R3. So this will become 1 plus 7, 2 plus 8 and 3 plus 9. And R3 as it is 7, 8 and 9. Then you will, after solving it, you will see that the value of both will be equal. You will find out delta is equal to delta 1. Similarly, or even if you multiply say 2 times or 3 times of R3 and add with R1, then also the value of the determinant will not change. So if we add any two rows or subtract any two rows, or in one row or in one column we add the multiple of the other, or even if you subtract the multiple of other, then also the value of the determinant will not change. So this is property number 6. So remember all these properties, they are very important one. And one very simple note that you can know on your own also, that is if in any determinant all the elements of any row or column are zeros, then the value of the determinant is also 0. Then the value of the determinant is also 0. Then the value of the determinant is also 0. Determinant is also 0. So remember all these properties, they will help you a lot in solving problems based on properties of determinants.